Okay, let's talk about the interface of a Cinema 4D Studio. Okay, you can see here the interface of Cinema 4D Studio version 16. Okay, you can see a menu bar over here, a toolbar, a second modeling toolbar. You can see timeline over here. You can create animation by using this timeline. You can see object manager over here, content browser, and structure. Okay, let me start with the basic structure. It's called layout. Okay, right now we're working with the startup layout. Okay, I can click over here and you can see there are different type of layouts available for different type of purpose. Like for animation, we can create, we can go to the animation layout. So we can see the timeline and cover editor where we can modify our animation in different way. Okay, if I working with a body paint 3D paint, okay, so it's create a interface of a body paint 3D, which is a different software, and I can tell you later on about this software. Fine. The next thing is a body paint UV edit modeling. Okay, if you are working with the modeling techniques, so we can use this interface to create a model. Okay, very easily we can create a lots of model by using this interface. All the tools, those we can use create a modeling, these are very handy over here. Okay, it's not active right now, but whenever we start working on it, it shows different use of these tools. Next thing is a motion tracking. Okay, if you creating a, you can, if you adding any 3D object in a live shoot or live footage, okay, that time you can use this motion tracking layout to track that live footage and insert a 3D object, 3D character, 3D effects, 3D text, whatever it is, inside that live footage, and it's look more real or more realistic in that live footage. Okay, I will explain that thing again later. Okay, we are seeing a interface. Okay, next thing is sculpting. Okay, this is for a detail modeling, something like if you want to create a rashes on a face, pimples or something like that in a 3D character, on a 3D character. If you want to create something like a stone, something like a stone, a grain on that, okay, that time we can use this sculpting module, sculpting layout, that will have lots of tools that can be used by while sculpting. It's like a real sculpting, a real world sculpting. The next thing is standard. Okay, whatever we start with the standard is a very basic one, and I prefer to work with this layout at a startup because this have lots of option and very easy to understand. That's why. The next thing is a visualize. Okay, if you working with the architectural model, that time this layout is very useful to you because it have lots of option related to architectural model. Okay, next thing, cinema 4D menu. Okay, we can create our own layouts by using these things. Okay, I can tell you how can we create a different type of layouts by using these options, but later on I will explain about this. Okay, so I jump back to my standard layout option. Now you can see this is a perspective view. Whenever we work with a 3D software, we have to see object from different angles, otherwise you can't see the realism of that object. That's why we use different layouts or different viewports. Okay, right now we can see only perspective, but when you click a middle click over here, you can see we have a four views over here. This one is a top view. Whatever we see from this view is the top of that object. This is a right view. You can see whatever we see in this viewport, it's the right side of that object and the front of this. This is the front viewport. Whatever we see this from this viewport is the front of that object. Okay, there's lots of different things available, or lots of different views available in this software, like a camera view, top, left view, bottom view, but I will explain you later on. Okay, when I click again middle click it, okay, it's become okay. We can maximize that any viewport where we middle click it. If I want to maximize top viewport, okay, I just click over here and you can see I maximize the top viewport. Again I place middle click and I go back to a 4 view viewport, 4 view layout. Okay, fine, I just jump back to the perspective. Okay, the most important thing when we start any project is a project setting. Okay, where you can see the project setting. If you can't find a project setting over here, don't worry, just go to edit and you can see the project setting is available over here. Either you can click over here or you can directly jump to the project setting. You can see lots of different things available in a project setting. Let me explain a project setting. Okay, the first thing is called scale. Okay, what scale, what parameter or what unit you want to work with. Okay, if you're creating any product, okay, it's something like a shampoo bottle or something like that. I just want to create a small product designing, okay, a shampoo bottle or medicine bottle. That time I can use a unit called maybe centimeter, millimeter or micrometer. Okay, but when we create any stadium, that time this unit are not useful, so that time you can use a feet or the maybe a yards. Okay, and for the bigger thing we can use kilometers or miles. This depend on your project, what you are going to create. You can set this scale by using these options. Okay, next thing is the fps is a frame per second. Okay, how fast you want to show your animation to the world, that's depend on the fps. Okay, there are different type of fps like we normally use 30 fps in 3D software, but for movie we use 24 fps, 25 fps, or 29.97 fps for different purpose. For television we can use 29.97 fps or 24 fps. Okay, I'll explain you later on how to where we can use different type of fps for different purpose. Okay, minimum time, preview minimum time. Okay, these are different things. Okay, I will explain this later on because this is not right now. I can't explain because I'm not create any animation over here, but when you create animation I will surely explain these all things. Okay, next thing in this is called info. Info means what? Whatever we create over here. Okay, if you want to see your name on that product, okay, you can fill this info form. So whenever you save that product and open in another software or another Cinema 4D version, it shows that this project is created by some like anybody, those author name is there. You can see the copyright things over here, information about it, and lots of different things filled by software over here. Next thing is the dynamics. Dynamics means particles or rigid body dynamics, soft body dynamics. There are different particle systems or dynamics available in this software, and it is very realistic. For that we can set some option over here like a gravity or density of this software of the particles, and the temporary saving object or something like that in dynamic option. Referencing is normally used for rigging part. Okay, when we create a character, okay, we have to rig that to animate that. Okay, that time I can use this referencing option. Okay, and the next thing is a to-do list. Okay, is a very common one. Okay, whatever task we want to do this with this project, we can record over here, and then after we can keep it in done or in a task, undone task. Next thing is the key interpolation. Okay, what is the key interpolation? It's normally used for animation. Whenever we create animation, okay, for smoothness of that animation we have to do keyframing, and that time you can use this option to smooth out our animation, or maybe a rigid animation like a robot, or a smooth animation like a human being. That time you can use these functions to create a perfect animation. Okay, now next thing, it's a toolbar. Okay, let me start with this toolbar. Okay, these are toolbar over here. You can see these are tearable. Tearable means what? We can tear it and we can drag it over here. Okay, you can see the lots of things are there. Okay, I can go with a little bit bigger one. Okay, or the mesh line, there are lots of things are there. Engons, create tools, yeah, this one. Okay, when you right click on it, it show me like a icon or text. Okay, you don't want to see the text, you can right click it and see show text icon or text below the icons. I can go over here and say text like this, or I can go and say only icon and text. Okay, here you can see icon size. You can change the icon size of toolbar, tools, orientation. Okay, you can see the horizontal manner or in a vertical manner. Okay, if you want, I want these tools should be over here so I can access very easily. So very easily you can do that. Okay, for any manager or the toolbar, you can just simply, you can see there's some dotted line over there. You can drag and drop this dotted line anywhere, and you can see that will be shown over here. Okay, to reject that or to reveal that, okay, I just drag it back and I can keep it over here. Okay, I want to undock that, so I just right click on these small dotted lines and I say undock. So you can see I undock that and I can see it very clearly. Okay, I close that. Okay, whenever I close it, still it's over there inside my object or menu.